The Pentagon announces an investigation into how classified Ukraine war plans got leaked to the internet, what the plans revealed, and how they ended up on social media. Plus, traffic is moving again in Fitchburg after a crash blocked roads near the Oregon Correctional Center. This is News 3 Now at noon. Good afternoon, I'm Mark Kane. New at noon, roads are back open near the Oregon Correctional Center after a crash involving a Department of Corrections van. The crash happened near the 5100 block of County Highway M around 9:30. The highway was blocked at Kane Road and County Highway MM for a few hours. The van was carrying 8 people and was rear-ended near the facility's entrance. Some people suffered minor injuries and were hospitalized for evaluation. Also new, one person was killed, another was hurt in a wrong-way crash in East Madison early this morning. State Patrol officials say it happened on I-3990 near Cottage Grove Road. The wrong-way driver was hospitalized with non-life-threatening injuries. The right-way driver was killed. The crash remains under investigation. Now to Lake Mills, where the State Patrol is investigating a rollover crash that happened last night. One woman died after the crash on I-94 near State Highway 89. Officials say the driver of a Chevrolet Equinox lost control of the car and crashed into a median before rolling several times. A 43-year-old passenger was ejected and suffered fatal injuries. The 41-year-old driver was seriously hurt and is now facing charges, including intoxicated use of a motor vehicle causing death. And in Iowa County, a man is dead after a crash on U.S. Highway 14 west of Arena. Emergency crews were called around 6:05 this morning for a report of a 2-vehicle crash. According to officials, a Mitsubishi Mirage driven by 35-year-old Michael Keister crossed the center line and hit a Ford F-150 head-on. Keister was pronounced dead at the scene. The driver of the F-150 was taken to UW Hospital. Highway 14 closed for about 4 hours while the investigation was complete. Dane County deputies are investigating after they received reports of shots being fired outside of a bar in the town of Burke. They're called to the 6200 block of Portage Road just after 2 a.m. No injuries reported, but officials say several casings were found on a nearby road. Officials are working to identify potential suspects. Anyone with information should call 608-284-6900. Let's head over to the weather center now. Meteorologist Greg Barnhart has a look at our Easter weekend forecast.
Yeah, so far today, definitely a better day than yesterday, but we still got kind of the haves and have-nots. If you're east of Madison, you still got that wind off the lake. That's going to keep things a little bit cooler. But if you're west of Madison, the winds have turned south, so it should climb well up into the 50s. But overall, everyone will see higher temperatures right now. You see a change of 7 to 8 degrees to southwest Wisconsin because of those winds have kind of turned around from the south. Unfortunately, it's not so much the case east of Madison. That should be the thing. We have a weak little disturbance aloft that's produced a little bit of snow up further north. We saw that a little bit early today. Otherwise, we just had increasing cloud cover for southern Wisconsin because you see there's a relative humidity quite low, so none of the precipitation is going to be able to reach the ground with this. Although this will become a warm front eventually. You can see the cloud cover right now, just some thin clouds aloft, a little bit thicker as you go further north. We won't see much in the way of cloud cover this afternoon, more sun, but I think we'll see more clouds later tonight. Overall temperatures for at least the Madison area should climb up into the 50s this afternoon with a light south-southeast wind. Once again, cooler as you go east, probably upper 50s as you go further west due to that wind direction. But overall, it should be a better day than what we've had the past 2 days with especially lighter winds. Unfortunately, here's the Masters forecast, and I think we can't complain because we'll probably be better shape than they are because they do have rain coming right now, and especially tomorrow, it could be kind of cold, upper 40s, low 50s, and even improvement slightly for Sunday. But I'll break down what we're expecting, which is a lot better than that this weekend and even better next week a bit later in the broadcast.
Yeah, that's kind of chilly for
it is. It's going to be chilly tomorrow.
All right. We'll check back, Greg. Thank you. The Pentagon is investigating how secret documents outlining U.S. support for an upcoming Ukrainian counteroffensive were leaked on social media. Nicole D'Antonio has more.
The Pentagon has launched an investigation to find out who leaked classified documents to social media. The documents showed secret American and NATO plans for building up the Ukrainian military ahead of a planned offensive against Russian forces this spring. The charts showed anticipated weapons deliveries, troop and battalion strengths, and other plans. The U.S. has been supplying weapons and training as Ukraine prepares to launch the offensive to drive Russia out of its country.
We very much appreciate everything that the United States have done specifically in the last months to help our army prepare itself for the counteroffensive.
Just this week, the U.S. announced it is sending $2.6 billion worth of military equipment to Ukraine ahead of the offensive.
That includes significant new air defense capabilities, more ammunition for U.S.-provided HIMARS, and anti-armor and mortar systems, as well as rockets, artillery, and tank ammunition that Ukraine is using to defend itself.
The leaked documents do not provide specific battle plans or mention when and where Ukraine intends to launch the offensive, which American officials say is likely in the next month or so. Nicole D'Antonio, CBS News, Washington.
And some of the figures in the leaked document appear to be doctored, showing, for instance, fewer estimated Russian casualties with inflated casualty numbers for Ukraine. That has led to some to speculate that Russia itself could be behind the leak. A U.S. senator is delaying hundreds of military nominations, and the Pentagon says it could impact national security. Alabama Republican Senator Tommy Tuberville has single-handedly blocked 180 nominations. He's protesting new Pentagon policies that ensures service members have access to reproductive health care regardless of where they're stationed. If Tuberville continues to object, the Senate would have to vote on the nominations one at a time, which could take a year to get through. State lawmakers have introduced more than 450 anti-LGBTQ bills this year alone. Now the White House and Supreme Court are weighing in. The Biden administration is proposing a new federal rule involving transgender athletes. It wouldn't stop schools from limiting their participation on teams that correlate with their gender identity, but it would make total bans a violation of Title IX.
There's this whole false narrative that trans kids just walk in and can start taking hormones or get surgery.
We believe kids ought to be given a chance to resolve their confusion about their sex.
The U.S. Supreme Court is getting involved in the dispute by denying an emergency request yesterday. The ruling means a 12-year-old transgender girl in West Virginia can run track on the girls' team for now. That's while a related lawsuit plays out in court. Christians around the world are gathering to mark Good Friday, a time of reflection and hope. In Jerusalem, they trace the path they believe Jesus walked in his final moments, ending at a church where many believe Jesus was buried. In Rome, Pope Francis washed the feet of inmates yesterday, recreating one of the last acts of Jesus before his crucifixion. The Pope, who left the hospital last weekend after fighting bronchitis, will skip today's Way of the Cross procession because of the cold weather in Italy, but the Vatican says the 86-year-old will still attend an indoor Good Friday service. There's more to come on News 3 Now at noon. The March jobs report is expected to be released today, and Chipotle settles a lawsuit over a contentious menu item. That's coming up next in the Money Watch report.
Save big on quality Smith Brothers furniture at Wanakee Furniture ETC, the #1 Smith Brothers dealer in the nation. That's right, per square footage, we sell more Smith Brothers than anyone else. So let our design experts customize a look for you during the Smith Brothers factory authorized sale at Wanakee Furniture ETC.
Fry Construction invites you to celebrate spring with our big spring thaw sale. We're talking about savings of 23%. Many of your neighbors already know how we strive to meet and exceed expectations with each and every project. That's why they voted us Best Roofer 3 years in a row. Experience the best of Madison for yourself with Fry Construction. Get on board with our spring thaw sale. Save 23% off gutters or insulation with any full roofing project. Schedule your consultation today at fryconstruction.com.
Create your perfect room for entertaining, relaxing, and more with patio enclosures. Right now, get 25% off your sunroom. Plus, enjoy exceptional financing. Call today. Patio enclosures.
All right, team. We got a big project coming up. And it all starts with ordering promotional products.
I'm on it.
4imprint makes it easy to get the logoed products you're looking for. The latest in apparel, drinkware, bags, high-tech items, and more. You can be certain of getting it right at 4imprint.com.
Come on out. I'm on it.
4imprint.
for certain.
Do you suffer from chronic or severe back or neck pain? Did you know that there is now a treatment method available right here at Midwest Spine and Nerve Center that offers hope of avoiding spinal surgery for those suffering with bulging, herniated, or degenerative discs? Our therapies help reduce pain related to these conditions and have a high success rate in helping people just like you avoid back or neck surgery.
I've experienced low back pain for over 15 years. I had back surgery when I was 26 and had difficulties recovering. The doctors at Midwest Spine and Nerve Center have given me a new lease on life. I am now able to enjoy an active, pain-free lifestyle.
Call Midwest Spine and Nerve Center now to schedule a no-obligation consultation to see if our progressive pain-relieving therapies are right for you.
Save big on quality Smith Brothers furniture at Wanakee Furniture ETC, the #1 Smith Brothers dealer in the nation. That's right, per square footage, we sell more Smith Brothers than anyone else. So let our design experts customize a look for you during the Smith Brothers factory authorized sale at Wanakee Furniture ETC.
U.S. financial markets are closed for Good Friday as the Bureau of Labor Statistics releases its much-anticipated March jobs report. Economists expect the data to reflect a hiring slowdown in the U.S., with the unemployment rate set to hold steady at 3.6%. The IRS is pledging to add more customer service representatives and audit more wealthy taxpayers with $80 billion in extra funding. The money comes from the Democrats' landmark climate change and health care bill that was signed by President Biden last summer. Details of the plan come just 11 days before the 2022 tax filing deadline. And Chipotle and Sweet Green have agreed to settle a lawsuit over a contentious menu item. The U.S. salad chain had plans to add a chicken Chipotle burrito bowl to its menu, but Chipotle argued the item infringed on its trademark rights. In the end, Sweet Green decided to rename the salad to Chicken Plus Chipotle Pepper Bowl, and Chipotle dropped the suit. That's your CBS News Money Watch report. For more, log on to cbsmoneywatch.com. At the CBS Broadcast Center, I'm Chanel Call.
As Chanel mentioned, no stock or egg markets today because of Good Friday. Our Call for Action volunteers are in the building taking your consumer complaints and taking action on your behalf. Volunteers are here every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday, so you can call for action right now at 608-270-2833 or submit a claim anytime at channel3000.com/call-for-action. Next at noon, Greg has our Easter weekend forecast. And today on Live at 4, we go center stage at Monona Grove High School with their production of Beauty and the Beast. That's coming up at 4.
Have you heard? We've outgrown our space. Again! Save up to half off floor samples and special orders at Dwellings Construction Sale. Dwellings, interior design and home furnishings. Still Madison's best kept $150 secret.
If your house was cold this winter, it's going to be hot this summer. And now's the time to get your home more energy efficient. It's National Insulation Month, and we're celebrating by giving you savings of $2,000. And just in time before you get those big summer electric bills. Spring's booking quickly, so don't wait to insulate. Call now and save up to $2,000 during National Insulation Month.
USA Insulation.
Made with American biofuels, E15 saves drivers money, reduces emissions, and creates jobs in rural communities. Last year, when gas prices were spiking, President Biden extended summer sales of E15 and saved drivers nearly $1 per gallon in some areas. We can't afford higher gas prices this summer. We need the Biden administration to act again. Tell Senator Baldwin that President Biden must protect access to E15 and extend savings at the pump.
Creating family memories is what Maple Leaf Landscaping is all about. We design and build outdoor spaces that bring people together. Landscaped spaces for any size family. Functional, beautiful, a place everyone will enjoy. And it all starts with a free visit at your home by one of our landscape experts. So call Maple Leaf Landscaping today and have us create an outdoor living space for your home.
Have you heard? We've outgrown our space. Again! Save up to half off floor samples and special orders at Dwellings Construction Sale. Dwellings, interior design and home furnishing. Still Madison's best kept $150 secret.
Happy spring! It is here! We've got Leona Lewis to help us celebrate. Are you ready for it? Plus, the Walls Group performs and pass the look.
On the next Jennifer Hudson Show at 3.
A record-breaking spring election.
I am so excited for Wisconsin and for Madison tonight.
Judge Jennifer Protasiewicz will become the next Supreme Court Justice in Wisconsin.
We did it! We did it!
The Farm Report is sponsored by Blaine's Farm and Fleet.
As we mentioned, no egg numbers on this Good Friday. Spring has sprung, but summer will be here before you know it. Mandy Gaither has tips to help you get fit and healthy for the season.
It can happen to the best of us. Putting on a few pounds over winter isn't uncommon, but you can shed that weight by summer starting now.
It doesn't take, 2 or 3 months, and you can get it done.
Dr. Stephen Kopetsky with Mayo Clinic says start by eating healthier. He says to focus on consuming more whole foods, turn to fruits, veggies, and legumes.
They have pulp and fiber that are non-caloric carbohydrates, so they fill you. You eat less calories, in other words.
Kopetsky says we tend to eat the first things we see in the refrigerator. Rearranging your food may help.
And take the 2 drawers that say fruits and vegetables, move some things down into there, like the sausages and the bacon and things like that, and then take the fruits and the vegetables and put them up so when you come home at night, you open the fridge, you see something that's healthy.
Stay away from anything ultra-processed. If you're craving comfort foods, eat something healthy with it. Limiting alcohol can also cut down on calories, and Kopetsky says to also be smart about being active. If you can't make it to the gym, take the stairs wherever you go.
If you're a person that walks maybe 3,000 steps a day, try to increase it to 5,000. If you're already doing good number of steps, then try to do some intervals.
Easing stress is also important. Meditation or deep breathing can help. And don't forget about those Z's. Studies show there's a higher risk of weight gain when you don't get enough sleep. For Health Minute, I'm Mandy Gaither.
Well, thousands of golf fans are packing Augusta National this weekend to watch the Masters, but don't expect anyone to be texting you photos from the beautiful course. That's because no cell phones are allowed. It's one of the many rules that make the Masters one of the quirkiest sporting events in the U.S. Augusta National does provide payphones for the patrons if they do need to contact the outside world. Greg is back now with our Easter weekend forecast.
Payphone, what's that?
You put coins in it or something, I don't know.
If anyone's going to all use that. But yeah, unfortunately, their weather, as I already mentioned, is going to be kind of quite bad tomorrow. But ours, on the other hand, is going to actually be quite nice, and we look like a nice stretch of weather. Really, we've already hit 60, and our average is about mid-March. But next week, we're going to top 70, which we kind of already should be there. 80, probably not, but could be close depending on how things set up. That's more towards the end of April. But the good thing is, it could be a 2-week stretch of really no significant precipitation, too. For the time being, through Saturday, we're going to have 50s today just because of the wind direction, a little bit cooler, more seasonal. 60s tomorrow, and then 60s for Sunday, lighter winds. Periods of clouds. We'll have some period of clouds tonight and tomorrow morning, and then Sunday night and Monday, a little weak front may come through, provide some clouds, maybe some drizzle, but all in all, not significant rain chances. Definitely not going to see a lot of places get wet. The big news is coming next week is really for the whole entire week, all the way almost now until Saturday. We're going to be dry, very mild 70s, 60s Monday, but 70s for the rest of the time. Overnight lows in the 50s. We could see some record lows for being so warm. Breezy conditions out of the south. Not terribly windy, but we'll start to pick up the winds. Overall, right now, high pressure is beginning to push off to the east, so the winds are going to start turning around. We got a weak little system I kind of mentioned earlier that's kind of passing overhead. The one Sunday that we're watching is really not that much. It looks impressive right now on the west coast, but it's going to weaken as it comes all the way across the mountains and eventually gets here Sunday night. That could provide a little bit of sprinkles, drizzle Monday morning, but it's not going to be that significant a system and really not going to be a front, not going to change the wind directions much either. Other than that, there's nothing else to really speak of. For the time being today, we still got the southerly winds, but then if you go further east, you got the southeasterly winds off the lake, so there's going to be a little bit of difference in temperatures, more 50s, upper 40s further east, mid-50s, upper 50s, maybe even a 60 further southwest Wisconsin this afternoon. Some cloud cover. Here's that weak warm front that's going to kind of climb north. Most of the precipitation tonight for that should stay north of the area, but that's going to provide all the winds begin to turn around from the south for Saturday, more southerly, southeasterly. So as you wake up tomorrow morning, upper 30s with cloud cover in effect, but then by the afternoon, less cloud cover should allow all areas start to push up into the mid-50s, low 60s for many areas, even some mid-60s as we get further this afternoon. You can see the wind still got that northeast component, so if you go further east towards Milwaukee, it'll still be quite chilly sometimes you get closer to the lake, but all our areas should be in the 60s. The good news is once we get into Saturday and Sunday, we have that weak little system I mentioned that's going to be approaching, should turn the winds around the south. Waking up Sunday morning should be low 40s, and then by the afternoon time, we should get mid to upper 60s in many of the locations. It'll be a fairly nice warm day. We do have that weak front coming through system to provide maybe a little bit of shower, but that'll hold off not until as we get closer to Sunday night into Monday morning. You can kind of see it come through there. Not impressive, but it could provide a few sprinkles. Other than that, the pattern does not change all of next week. We have the split flow, so really no significant systems to speak of. No real chances of rain until we get all the way till Saturday. And even then, that's not that impressive with the split flow. This really doesn't really allow you to have any significant rain chances or really outbursts of cold air too. So all in all, it's going to be a good couple, probably at least 7 to 10 days. And that kind of reflects on the 10-day. You see mid-70s as we get past Monday, 77, 78. That's not record highs. Record highs are usually in the 80s, but those overnight lows, mid-50s, that could be quite close to record just because how warm it is. And the rain chance, the next significant one, is not until next week. And even then, that's not a strong chance for even showers or thunderstorms.
All right, looking good. Thank you, Greg. Up next, Howard's in the Mr. Food Test Kitchen showing us what he'll be serving for Easter brunch.
Last year around Easter, I was introduced to something called Italian Easter pie that was to die for. You know, the best way that I can describe it is a really thick quiche studded with chopped Italian meats and wrapped in a pie dough. It's an Italian tradition that's served at Easter, and it's one that you might want to add to your holiday lineup. We start off by lining the bottom and sides of a deep 9-inch cake or springform pan with a refrigerated or homemade pie crust. We set that aside for a sec while we add some Parmesan cheese, garlic powder, and pepper to some beaten eggs. After that's all combined, we mix in some ricotta and mozzarella cheese. And for the part that adds so much personality, we stir in some chopped ham, Genoa salami, and sliced pepperoni. Then we pour this into our pan before topping it with a second pie crust and fluting the edges. We'll brush it with an egg wash and into the oven it goes. When you serve this on Easter, whether for brunch or with the big meal, get ready for all sorts of oohs and ahs. It not only looks impressive, but it's creamy and savory too. If you want the recipe for our Easter Italian pie, just visit our website. I'm Howard with Kelly in the Mr. Food Test Kitchen, where today we found a holiday special way for you to say, ooh, it's so good. I thought that was supposed to be mine. I guess not, huh?
Coming up, Angie Edge from Dairy Farmers of Wisconsin shares a colorful fruit and cheese recipe to welcome in spring. We'll be back.
News 3 Now First Warn Weather is brought to you by Lazy Boy Home Furnishings and Decor.
Discover a shopping and design experience as comfortable as the furniture. Lazy Boy Home Furnishings and Decor. Schedule your free design consultation today.
It's a brand new day.
Don't let junk get in the way. All you have to do is point.
And you'll be back to your old self again.
Yeah!
Call 1-800-GOT-JUNK.
or visit 1-800-GOT-JUNK.com.
Now's the time to save on big projects. Hurry into Menards for 11% off everything. Get 11% off easy flooring updates for your home. Find your style and save 11% on Patriot Lighting. Transform your home with 11% off new Mastercraft doors. Or go even bigger and get 11% off a new kitchen. Don't miss out. There's no limit to what you can save with 11% off everything at Menards.
Save big money at Menards.
Community is helping each other, making sure your neighbor is taken care of. At Lake Ridge Bank, community is who we are. We take pride in being a community bank, strengthening relationships and investing in the places we come from. It's why we are who we are. Lake Ridge Bank. Go far, go together.
All right, team, we got a big project coming up. And it all starts with ordering promotional products.
I'm on it. 4imprint makes it easy to get the logoed products you're looking for. The latest in apparel, drinkware, bags, high-tech items, and more. You can be certain of getting it right at 4imprint.com.
Come on out. I'm on it.
4imprint for certain.
Experience does count. When you're shopping for new furniture, a mattress set, or flooring, come to the experts at McGann Furniture and Flooring in Baraboo. Our experienced staff is well-trained in home decorating and will answer all your questions so you can buy with confidence. You'll find big city selection and an enjoyable shopping experience. And remember, we don't raise prices only to lower them later for a sale. Come see the difference experience can make at McGann Furniture and Flooring, downtown Baraboo.
It's a brand new day.
Don't let junk get in the way. All you have to do is point.
And you'll be back to your old self again.
Yeah!
Call 1-800-GOT-JUNK.
Or visit 1-800-GOT-JUNK.com.
Welcome back. Angie Edge from the Dairy Farmers of Wisconsin joined us. Good to see you.
Good to see you.
We're talking spring here.
Yeah, happy spring. We're moving on.
Eventually. So what do we have?
Well, we have a homemade fruit salsa that's paired with two specialty Wisconsin artisan cheeses. So this is the homemade fruit salsa. You can see it over here in a beautiful platter arranged with the butter case and Havarti cheeses. Might be perfect for this weekend's Easter celebration, a little snacking. And of course, it wouldn't be complete without Wisconsin cheese. So the recipe is very simple to make. You basically use some fresh strawberries, you use a red apple and a green apple, there's some walnuts, dried cherries, bacon, cilantro, and even a little bit of jalapeno pepper mixed together with some lemon juice and honey. So very fresh and flavorful
good stuff.
Salsa. And then you can basically just serve it on a little cracker with your Havarti and butter case, and you really get the great flavors of that mild, mellow cheeses with the sweet savory of the salsa. Just a really fun appetizer.
I was going to ask you why you chose these two varieties.
That's a great question. So this week, the new class of Wisconsin Master Cheesemakers has been announced. And these are two cheeses that have not only won awards, but are made by Wisconsin Master Cheesemakers. So this one's made at the Edelweiss Creamery by Master Cheesemaker Bruce Workman. And then we have the Havarti cheese that's made in Broadhead by Master Cheesemaker Steve Stetler. And so both the butter case and the Havarti cheesemakers at both of those companies have their master. So it's like the PhD of cheese making.
I was going to say, what qualifies it to be a master cheesemaker?
Well, it's a very elite group. It's like you have 90 cheesemakers in Wisconsin have gotten this honor, but you have to be a licensed cheesemaker for 10 years. And then in each variety, you have to take 2 more years of courses at the Center for Dairy Research. So cheesemakers get their master in one variety at a time. So Bruce has the most master medals. He has 12 master medals.
So we should pick this up.
Yeah, so not only are they made by masters, but both of them are award-winning cheeses, winners at the U.S. and World Championship contests. So, Mark, I never bring you nothing but the best cheeses in the world here.
And they're all made in Wisconsin.
Yeah, and very local, within a half an hour of here. So
we are lucky.
Yes.
All right, the recipe's online?
Yes, they're online at wisconsincheese.com.
All right. Thank you.
Thank you.
Happy Easter.
Happy Easter.
And we'll have a final check now of your forecast.
Yeah, we're looking at a decent Easter starting in the upper 30s to mid-50s by afternoon. High temperatures mid-60s with maybe some showers Sunday night.
We'll see you back here at 4. Have a great afternoon.